So a few weeks ago I crashed my car while backing up on a ski trip. I couldn't see backwards and I backed up right into a snow plow, damaging my rear bumper, and also the US taillight got crushed. The bumper was already in a fairly bad shape with a smaller hole and also some indentations, because in the summer I crashed I think 2 times while backing up, so maybe I have to start caring more and not being in a rush so this doesn't happen. But I backed up into our summer house once this summer, and also at school I backed up into a metal fence grating, or yeah. So there was already some damage in this bumper, but when crashing into this snow plow I got a huge hole in the bumper and also crushed that new red US light. But luckily this Saab here came into Delplocken junkyard in Helsingborg in Sweden, which is like self-service where you can pull parts. So it's the same 298 jet black color as my car is in, and also pull these leather seats. I'm not sure if it's actually real leather, but matching my front seats out of the car. And the rear bumper wasn't in the best condition, but no like holes and such. And the bumper costed me like $80, very good price in my mind. And the seats costed like $50, so in total I'm very happy with this purchase, and I really love this junk yards where you can go and pull parts and such. I think a fixed price makes for cars coming in there not being out of the best quality, but it's much better than you having to go negotiate every part, and they try to get most money out of it, and like comparing it to internet prices where you don't pull the parts themselves and they like pack them up and such. We have some junk yards like that in Norway, but it just gets too expensive in my mind. Then it's not worth it. But here we see we just have to unbolt like 3 bolts on the side, and then also like a plastic nuts under the car, 2 of them, and then we just basically pull off the bumper. It's just like clipped in, and I've never really looked too much at this mounting structure for the rear bumper, but as we can see one of these supports got a little bit bent in, but that's not a huge problem. I think I maybe need to go in here in the summer and maybe paint up a little bit there so that won't rust, that damage there as we see, because some of the paint had flaked off. So I didn't really do anything about this, I just let it be like this, and then just put the new old bumper on there with some new hardware and such. So this new bumper here actually got parking sensors. I think that is good for me since I'm in a rush, and parking sensors in general is of big help, like giving you an indication of when you should stop, and also maybe giving a heads up if you don't see something behind your car. So I will be connecting that to my car. It's like OEM sensors, so we need a new wiring harness. I had bought it, but it will take some time to install it correctly, because we need to remove a lot of the trim to get in there, and at the moment with the weather and also of how busy I am, I've not had the time to do that yet. It's a little bit of a small project, and since I'm using this car all the time, we can't really treat this car as a project car either, and it's not like I have a garage and place to work at it all the time either. But then we were finished with the bumper, and then I moved on to the seats. This is a very simple process to take off the back seats, or the backrest thing, It's just like this spring-loaded bolt here. You need to like unspring it with a screwdriver. Then you just pull on it and you basically unlatch it. There's like a square metal piece that needs to be in the correct direction for it to be able to like slot out of that hole, and then you just remove the backrest and unbolt the seat belt. But before unbolting the seat belt, we need to remove the seat cushion, I found out. So maybe start with the seat cushion. It's basically just clipped in at two places, as you saw in when I was showing it to you in the back there. You need to use two hands and just jank up in the middle, and it will free itself. You will probably damage some of the clips kind of hardware that is inside of those metal holder things, and you can just push the new cushion into place, but then it won't be seated correctly and a little bit loose, so we can get new hardware and install that. Then we move on to these sides. We need to remove this trim piece to be able to get it out of the car, and then there's 3 push pins, I believe, that you need to remove, and then you can basically just pull it out of place. But you need to remove these plastic pieces so we don't damage it. You can also remove this plastic thing for the seat belt to be able to reach these plastic pull things better. And if you don't know how this works, you just push down on the center, then you are able to remove it, and then you kind of like need to prime it again, pulling that pin up again so you can reuse it. So here we have the car now. As we can see, we have the new bumper on here with the parking sensors, and I'm very happy with the result. There was some minor scratches there, but for $80 I don't really think we can complain. And worst case, you can get it painted, but I will use some black kind of backs to kind of remove it. And yeah, then let's take a look at the seats. We have them also looking fairly good. When taking the seats out of the Porsche car, I thought this was just dirt, but it seems to be some kind of separation mark there. So I don't really think I will bother trying to fix that. But if I come over another car with the same type of seat configuration, I can like just pull out this seat cushion. It takes like 1 minute and then replace it with this one. But overall, I'm very happy with the result here. And now it's matching the front seats.